The Pens take on the Rangers game one. And that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. The New York Rangers are minus $1.25, totals 5.5. Igor Shesterkin for New York, Casey DeSmith for Pittsburgh. And even though DeSmith's put up some pretty good numbers this season, these Pittsburgh offensive lines have struggled to get going on the road. They actually rank in the bottom half of the league in first period scoring away from home. They've also had a tough time putting the puck in the net against the Rangers in recent meetings. Pittsburgh's averaging just 2.8 goals a game during that span in their last 10 head-to-head matchups. Now they're taking on a Ranger team on the other side of things who's actually played quite well in Madison Square Garden this season. They're 27-10-4 at home. They're also in the top 3 in hockey and fewest home goals allowed. Igor Shesterkin went a staggering 36-13 in the regular season. He also had a save percentage of .935. Meanwhile, defenseman Jacob Trouba's a +25 when he's on a shift. Now, when it comes to the total in this one, this game's being featured as my extra daily bet for Tuesday, May 3rd on my website. So if you want to see whether I'm tailing the under in this one or if I'm going to pound the over in game one of the series, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my extra daily bet on brockpage.com. And the link for that play is in the description section below. But as far as making a free pick goes, I'm going to lean toward the New York Rangers minus $1.25, getting the job done for some money line cash. Next next contest, it is going to be Capitals taking on the Panthers, 7:30 Eastern puck drop. Florida's minus 220, total 6.5. Sergei Bobrovsky for Florida. Vitek Vanacek for Washington. Now, Vanacek's gone 20-12 in his last 32 starts. 267 goals against average, 908 save percentage. The Caps have also played really good, defense on the road this year. They're currently in the top 5 in the league in fewest road goals allowed. They're also limiting their competition to just 28 shots on goal a game. Now, defenseman Nick Jensen's been a big part of that defensive effort. He's a +32 this year when he's on the ice. Now, they're taking on a Florida team on the other side of things who've allowed just way too many goals in their head-to-head meetings. The Panthers have given up just about 4 goals a game in their last 10 contests against Washington. Meanwhile, more recently, the Panthers have had some issues cashing in on the puck line. They failed to cover in 6 out of their last 10 outings. And when it comes to giving up goals, the Panthers allow most of their goals early in games. They're actually in the bottom 10 in the league in first period goals allowed at home. Now, when it comes to the total in this one, 9 out of these teams' last 10 games against each other got over the number. Florida also went a staggering 30-11 to the over in the Florida Live Arena. Meanwhile, the Capitals on the other side, they are 64% to the over against Eastern Conference opponents on the road. I'm going to lean toward Washington +1.5 and the over 6.5 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Predators taking on the Avalanche, 9:30 p.m. East. Colorado's minus $3, total 6.5. Darcy Kemper for Colorado, UC Saros for Nashville. Now, the Preds kind of crawled into the postseason here down the home stretch. They lost 6 out of their last 9. And they've also had a pretty tough time this year generating offensive chances. As a matter of fact, Nashville finds themselves in the bottom 5 in the league right now in offensive shots on goal on the road. Now they're taking on a Colorado team on the other side of things who makes it real tough to score against them themselves. These guys allow less than 2.9 goals a game. And their goaltender, Darcy Kemper, he's 37-12 thus far in the season. Now, offensively, when it comes to scoring in this one, Mikko Rantanen led the charge with 36 regular season goals and 92 total points. And speaking of scoring, the Avs are currently in the top 3 in the game right now in home goals per contest. Now, total-wise, the Avalanche could potentially put this one over themselves just with their offensive prowess. They're also 25-16 to the over in the Ball Arena. And that's good for 61% in that particular category. Meanwhile, Nashville has gone a staggering 30-11 to the over in their road games. And that's good for over 73% in that category. I'm going to lean toward Colorado -1.5. And the over 6.5 goals. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Stars taking on the Flames. And that's going to be a 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Calgary's -220, totals 5.5. Jacob Markstrom for Calgary, Jake Oettinger for Dallas. And even though Jake's had a really good season thus far, the Stars really haven't traveled all that well this season. They currently have a losing road record. And they've cashed in on the puck line in only 14 out of 41 of those contests. Now, the Stars' biggest issue this year is their inability to generate scores. They're currently in the bottom 10 in the league in road scoring. And that's certainly bad news for Stars fans because they're taking on a Calgary team who leads the NHL right now in fewest goals allowed per game at home. And of course, most of that's thanks to Jacob Markstrom, who's got a .222 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. Now, the netminder also went 37-15 through 52 total starts. Meanwhile, defenseman Chris Taneff's also a +35 when he's on the ice. When it comes to the total, 6 out of these teams' last 8 head-to-head meetings got over the posted number. The Flames are also 64% to the over against Western Conference opponents at home. Meanwhile, Dallas saw their last 3 straight road games all get over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Calgary -1.5 and the over 5.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on BrockPage.com, you're going to get full access to that membership every single day all the way through the end of May. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet that I give out on my website, you're going to want to think about signing up for my board member tier package. That's an all-inclusive membership. Now, guys, most importantly, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday or Tuesday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.